I grant you the...
What's going on, guys? Just doing some Nephilim riffs. I actually did one before I started the stream. I got this cool ring. It's flame, but I'm having a hard time figuring out if there's a way I can make this not a salvage item, because the two primary stats, reduce cooldown and reduce all resource, it doesn't really contribute much to my character. I also got this, which I think I was talking about with someone, I can't remember which follower I was talking to about this, but we were talking about how this set has potential to make Whirlwind pretty sweet, so I'm gonna hang on to that and see if we can't get the second piece through Rifts, and see if we can't make something cool out of that. This is what we're rocking right now. We've got the Cinder Coat that we successfully gambled last stream, so that's I'm hoping that this reduced resource costs for fire skills and the increased fire damage 17%. I went ahead and I hope it plays well with my Whirlwind, so I changed my Whirlwind to be a fire skill. So if this is anything, I should be spending either 2 or 3 less fury depending on how Blizzard rounds per Whirlwind, and I should be doing 17% more damage. And what it also means is I can start looking for like these bracers. This physical damage crap, it's got to get replaced with fire damage, but hopefully we'll find something, or I'll craft some Reaper's Wraps or something like that to make that happen. So anyway, that's where we're at. We're just going to open up another Nephilim Rift and see what we can do.
Brave the rifts, and you will be well rewarded.
Damage while I'm wearing this Cinder Coat, so see me stop whirlwinding, it's because I took that ring, so I just, the Fury regeneration is just not quite.
I need fury. Need more time.
the magma effect with the cinder coat is working really well.
Not enough fury.
We just we need to figure out my fury regen problem. Probably garbage for now, but just pick them up. Later I decide that I want to do something, and then I'm like, oh, I gotta go find pieces. I've probably been like being lazy and not picking them up. 100 hours or so. What's going on, guys? How you doing? Feel free to chat with me if you're on YouTube or Twitch. I'm not able to see the chat on StreamUp right now. If you're on YouTube, you can chat with me and smart or stupid, or if you have any ideas. Oh, this is a slow one. Show him. Just run down here. Get some fury. We're looking good now. Yeah. While I do my little dance around him. Just a little dance. Called whirlwind. Magma. Surrounded with magma. I hate when I don't have the number 4 ready for elites. Kill that goblin. Recharging. I landed my number 4. Chop, chop.
Not ready yet.
Oh, it hurts so badly. Level 2.
Battle of Fury.
Get on, lamb chops. How you been? Just found your convention mode. I got half of this new whirlwind set. It may have been you we were talking about. So I found the Legend Star, the set one-hander. Mighty one more to find. Nasty with this freezing jailer. Have you read the stuff about the next patch? Had to settle the difficulty not like 350k damage and 100 seconds, so at some point you have to do it. I was actually doing the adventure quest. What about the patch? Getting rid of Keystone Fragments. And the quests are going to be for material, like crafting mats and gold. So I figured I just, might as well just run through all these Keystone Fragments I have now. It's like 17 or 18. And I might actually play a ranged character once the patch is.
Or fury.
Alright, I'll fix that. Let me fix that real quick. We don't want to be down here while I fix the sound. Hey, can you tell me if this sounds any better? Yeah, I just like to get in a habit of always being out of danger when I'm not paying attention. I mean, I'm in combat now, so probably for a while. Just let me know if the audio is better. Switched my rune that I've got in my whirlwind to this magma because I'm wearing cinder coat, and until then I'll just talk louder. I switched my rune, but now it's really difficult to keep my fury up while I'm whirlwinding. I'm not sure if it's a good trade-off. I should be doing like 17% more damage, I think. Almost. There it is. Nothing. What a dud. Alright, I'll head back up. We'll look at the sound problems. Let me see if I can actually turn my microphone level up. Does that sound any better? Well, so the thing about the blood funnel rune is that I have so much, like, look at this, man. I've got so much, where am I? No. Skills. So if I look at, no, that's not what I want to show you. I want to show you my regen. I'm already regenning an insane. Oh, so now the volume's too high, huh? All right, hang on a second. All right, let's see. Does that go away with the AC? What I was saying is my life per second, per hit, per kill, like, these numbers feel bananas, and my damage is still not that impressive at only 340k. So I was trying to get some synergy off of the cinder coat, which says it should I guess shave like 2 or 3, depending on the rounding, points off of my fury cost for whirlwind, and then I've got, you know, an extra 17% damage just from this. So I guess the only way this could be better is if it also increased whirlwind damage, but I don't know if that's an option. Yeah, it's not. So I don't know. I use earthquake as well. That's my CC, or my secondary, or well, my damaging CC really. So I don't know. We got some duplicates. Now let's see if we got any. I could look and see about these shoulders, but I'm still waiting on a good pair of level 70 shoulders that are compelling enough. Fire damage and whirlwind damage would do it if I kept this. I don't know what type of damage the blood rune does, actually. I should look at that. Nope, that's not it. Physical. So it would play well with these bracers, but I'm thinking I'm gonna at some point craft some Reaper wraps. I just don't know if it makes, when it makes sense to do that. Man, these are really good. Why does it give me all this toughness? Oh, vitality. Yeah, I like my current gloves. See, and these, I mean, they're level 70, but they don't, 2 stats. There's just nothing compelling dropping. Did I learn? Let me make sure I read this with this chick, and then we'll go back and do another one. I guess I could close it, get that countdown out of the way. So yeah, that's it. Oh, let me show you this weapon. So I got this Solemn Vow. I think I would re-roll the... Well, I don't know. The resource cost might be good with this. I would just miss the vitality, right? So if I could get vitality on this along with strength, you know, with the strength and like a lifesteal gem or something like that, or a damage gem, and then, you know, if I can find the other weapon, I'm assuming it drops, and then I don't have to like find a recipe and craft it. That'd be pretty sweet. Let's put all this away. And go again.
Embrace your power, and you will survive.
And then I'm thinking once I get up to, you know, 500,000 damage, assuming I live to it, because I have been seeing my health move around quite a bit, even at expert level. But if I can get to 500,000 DPS, I'll probably bump it up to master difficulty. Oh, you're actually in the game. Now now you're gonna appear in my stream. Which may not be a bad thing. I mean, people won't think I'm talking to myself in the recording. Are you working on a hardcore character, or? Ooh, that's not fun. Ooh, two legendaries from the same pack here. An axe and a plan. That's a first. For me, anyway. Oh my god, you jump from one frozen trap to another. It's not generally part of the strategy. So anyway, I don't know if I said this yet, but I'm thinking about, I'll probably end up doing a season character once the new season starts. They said they're gonna start a new season with the patch. So, you know, maybe you could tag along. We could, like... It's definitely gonna be a hardcore character. But, I'm open to tag teaming or quad teaming or whatever we can put together through this streaming effort. Although I only play like probably 3, maybe 4 days a week, so depending on what your schedule's like, you probably would pass me. That would make it tough. Well, I like hardcore because I'm hardcore. No. I like it because it, like, everything feels like there's consequence. I mean, I guess in general, like, I'm kind of a gambler. So... I'm a bit of a gambler, so it kind of is like a natural fit for me, the whole hardcore thing. Ooh, nasty! It's getting nasty. Now we just need to run lightning, shooting lightning. This reminds me of like Braveheart. It's like, that's not William Wallace. William Wallace is 7 feet tall and shoots lightning bolts from his arse.
Your flesh is weak.
I also think that I also think the hardcore element kind of, I mean, it, at the very minimum, it should make it a little more interesting for people watching, right? Like when you go to the circus and you see the tightrope walker, you know, or the lion trainer, and, you know, there's that part of you that wants to see the moment when he's like, oh, I've been doing this for 20 years and I'm totally fine, and then that one time it's not fine, you know? So I figure, you know, there's at least some people that tune in that are like, man, maybe I'll get to see this asshole die today. And I actually bought a webcam, so once I get that hooked up, people will actually be able to see the, you know, the tears and the despair in my face. Well, people are tuning in for my personality. They're in for a disappointment, probably. At least, that's what it feels like. Although it gets easier when I'm actually talking to somebody. Half the time I feel like I'm talking to myself. I see people are watching, but they don't talk, so you end up talking to yourself. It's I thought I got this guy. He's a sneaky little bastard. Chop, 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 chop. Oh, this fury, this lack of fury is so infuriating. That's the irony. It's like the more I run out of fury, the more furious I get. Explain that one to me. What's going on, newcomers? I'm actually streaming on a couple of platforms, so if you want to chat, you can do like Lamb Chops did and actually start private messaging me in the game, or you can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Kudoz83, Kudoz, or you can find me on YouTube on the Joicaster network. That's Joicaster. It's up in the top right. It's that little bug up in the top right is how you spell it. But there's a YouTube channel called Joicaster, and it's actually the service that lets me push my stream simultaneously to multiple networks, multiple stations, or whatever you want to call them, platforms. Oh my gosh, this goblin just wants to hang out in the frickin' arcane. Some bullshit right there. Oh god, this is dangerous. Anybody tuned in specifically for the purpose of watching me die, this could be your moment. We've got arcane enchanted elites, plus the Rift Guardian, plus some like fucking rats just all up on my balls. Let's get rid of this. Like, this has got to go. It's like step one. Kill all of the shit that's easiest to kill. And then step two is get paid. That's my number one rule. If you're making an arbitrary list, I've said it before, make sure you include get paid. At least in your top 5. If not your top 3. Alright, so now we can just chop chop with the life gen. Combat the damage these rats are doing to me. Oh god. And it's been done. And another legendary blueprint. I'm getting lots of legendary drops, but none of them are like things. This axe. I got an axe. I didn't even know I got that. So this axe does fire damage. Fire skills deal 15% more damage. That's pretty good. That would play really well with the cinder coat. I do not know what a chance to fight through the pain means. Any idea what that means? A chance to fight through the pain when enemies hit you.
I need to go back.
Just pick up all our yellows. We don't need to... We worked hard for these yellows. We don't need to leave any of them on the ground. Still have some item slots. I could benefit from some good level 70 yellows. We'll get Auric resetting this rift while we figure out what's happened to us in the last 30 minutes. So here we go. We got legendary helm and a legendary quiver. I'm gonna table this axe because I might be able to use it with that set one-hander, like maybe dual wielding potentially. I just lose 1,000 vitality, which is a shit ton of vitality. So we can evaluate that together in a minute. So these are pretty good. I like these shoulders. So they're an upgrade because of the earthquake damage. I use earthquake as my number 4, and they give me more strength, more vitality, and resist all. And 20,000 life bonus on hit globes or health globes is going to be better than extra gold. And I'm not really benefiting too much from the town portal bubble. So I'm gonna actually, we finally found something that's probably worth switching them out, and just to put the nail in this, I'm gonna salvage the other one. So I, you know, burn the ships, if you will, burn the boats, and that's gonna give me some mats to play around with these other items. No. I thought I should be having more blood shards. I thought like part of the whole reason you kill these Rift Guardians is to get blood shards, and I've done like 2 rifts and I think I've gotten like 60 shards. Does that seem right? So I just need to stop being a wimp, is what you're saying? I think I'm playing at a pretty appropriate difficulty because my health does move. So, just for shits and giggles, I want to see what my damage looks like wielding 2 one-handers versus 1 two-hander. Pushing the wrong button. So we're at 34.4. And these are the other stats I want to keep an eye on because I think they're the only reason I'm not dead yet. So we lose like 120,000 damage. How does that ever make sense? Like, is there ever a point where a good one-hander or dual wield makes more sense, or damage-wise? Oop. Sorry guys, we have a dog problem.
Come here.
What does a green gem do? Let's see. Ooh, there you go. That's the ticket, man. Good call. That makes a huge difference. So basically at that point... Here, give me 1 second. I gotta mute the mic real quick. We had an issue with our dog. Alright, well, for anyone still here, in case there was any doubt, it is official that dogs do not like cats. We're gonna keep rolling with the two-hander for now. Just because I still can't get the damage up. But I bet you're right about that. Like, if I had 2 of those crit damage sockets, that would be incredible. So at least now that's on my radar, and I appreciate you clearing that up for me.
Prove yourself worthy.
I think technically I am, but that's from like a long time ago, and I don't actually know how to leave the clan. So otherwise, you know, I guess in game I am, but in spirit, it's not really a thing, you know. Sweet Jesus. Is it possible to leave a clan? I'm assuming it is. Like, they don't... Lifelong commitment. I mean, I guess some of these guys still play, because I see their, you know, like, their achievements and what they loot, but I think I joined this clan on my softcore Templar, like, when Reaper of Souls first came out. Ooh, there we go. More trouble. I love how when things start getting nasty and I just like whirlwind my way out of the situation, I'm like, and I'll just show myself out. Did you play Diablo 2 at all?
Still recharging.
So did I. I think I was in like 10th grade when it came out. But I used to do a Hardcore Barb. Well, I mean, I played a hardcore like of all the different characters. I was on the ladder for a bit on my sorcerer, but the Hardcore Barb, like just straight up whirlwinding through Act 4, and then you know, you came across like, I can't remember what the mages were called that were in Act 4, but they shot the like the big skull magic out, and you come across the thorns, and you just like explode yourself. Because in Diablo 2, like you literally did whatever damage you did to the monster, it basically gave pretty much all of that damage back to you. It was brutal, man. I feel like here the thorns damage isn't so severe. But I remember just like whirlwinding through Act 4, pumping mana pots, and then all of a sudden you just fall over dead. Well, and so I don't know how they do. It's like in Diablo 3 higher difficulty, they actually mess with the monsters. But in Diablo 2, the main thing about the higher difficulties was that they set you back in resistance, right? So you were like, you know, if in normal mode with nothing on, it was, you know, 0 resistance. But then once you got to hell difficulty, I think you started off at like -75% resist. So like the net effect of your lack of resistance would be that all damage was amplified until you got that squared away. Jesus. It's like the worst timing for the Rift Guardian. I really need my earthquake to come back up while all this stuff is grouped up. Like just the natural AI on these types of monsters is making this pretty challenging. Not even the fact that it's Rift Guardian plus, you know? And then these guys show up just to make sure I can't pick up all my shit. That's garbage. And they all run away, which is... So they fear me, and then they also run away from me. So we just get to waste like 20 minutes chasing them around, trying to do the last sliver of damage. Oh my gosh. Plan, hallowed protection. Set plan. We'll have to see what the hallowed protection does. Well, and what really sucks now is I don't remember where I killed the Rift Guardian. So we'll just have to go by the number of blood shards that I have and assume that I've already picked up everything he dropped.
Hey mister, I got some new things. You should take a look.
So let's take a look at what we can build. Hallowed Breach. So that's a one-hander. And they make a mighty weapon version of it. Hallowed Nemesis. Oh, so you could get this you could get this with 2 weapons. Oh, it's 2 weapons you could make this with. But I don't know if it really is relevant, like, or worth crafting. I'd rather be able to finish up that whirlwind set. So now we're gonna salvage some stuff. We're starting to hit that soft cap where like every new piece of gear
Impressive.
just takes that much longer to find. You have me still thinking about this emerald. I want to see what like the highest emerald I can make does. Oh, there's flawless. So flawless royal emerald gets me each level of emerald gets you 5% more crit damage. Interesting. So here we go, back into the meat grinder. So far, I feel like I've been pretty fortunate with the maps. I like all the maps I've been getting. There's one where you're in like, it's like some kind of sewers. I hate that map. It's not sewers. It's like a crypt or something. It's I don't know that they spit. There's like piles of skulls everywhere, and then there are these, you know, occasionally you come across these things that rotate in the middle of like a corridor, and they just spit fire out. It's a sewer, but I don't want to confuse it with, like, you know, the Act 2 sewers. I think it's an Act 5 sewer map. Yeah, I hate that map. And it plays like that. It's got some, like, for some reason, some, like, oddly placed classical music that plays down there. Like, I assume it's a catacomb or something, I guess, more than a sewer. But it's like they're trying to go for some creepy, you know, oh, we just listen to classical music while we do our job of flaying people, separating flesh from bone. And the monsters seem like they're like really spread out in that map. Sometimes you just gotta jump in and wreck shit before these elites have a chance to think about what they've gotten themselves into. Welcome to the stream, guys. Those of you on Twitch, feel free to chat me up. I'm also able to see chat on YouTube. If you're on StreamUp, Hitbox, or Beam.pro, I'm not able to monitor those chats right now. So if you feel like talking with me, oh mother, I was doing my whole chat spiel and I missed a goblin. But anyway, if you feel like chatting, I'm on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/Kudoz83, Kudoz83, or I'm on YouTube on the Joicaster network. It's spelled Joicaster. You can find it on the little bug up in the top right here. Oh, you can't see my mouse, so that's what I just did isn't going to help you. But it's up in the top right of my stream, Joicaster. You can find that channel on YouTube and subscribe and join the chat and let me know what you think of what I'm doing. Right now we're just you can see we're playing in kind of like a baby mode, but it's probably been a week since I've actually gotten to level 70, so we're just, if that, I kind of lose track of time, but we're you know, since I'm doing that, we're just trying to, you know, work our way into, you know, something more substantial. I think, you know, I'm at about 350k DPS right now. I'd like to be at 500k DPS before I move over into Master difficulty. My survivability is pretty good, 4.6. You know, I think 5 to 6 million is probably appropriate for the next level. So we're really just focused on DPS, and I don't know what to think about regen because I'm sitting on like a combined like probably 36,000 life regen, so, or 36,000 per second in combat if you consider how much I get when I hit plus how much I get like per second naturally. So those might be high. I might be able to trade some of that at some point for some more damage. We just need to find the right item. And I'm talking with my buddy Lamb Chops. He's actually private messaging me in the game, so you'll be able to see in the stream what we're talking about. But he's keeping me honest, making sure that I'm not doing anything too dumb with my gear. It's been a while. I've been playing now for like probably 2 weeks since I started like live streaming this Hardcore Barb. I think I started him at like level 12. I had him from like but before that I probably hadn't played in over 12 months. So my buddy Lamb Chop is helping me remember things that I have forgotten and keeping me aware of things that I've missed as a result of, the pause in gameplay.
Still recharging.
Yeah, otherwise we're just running these rifts. I think right now the most exciting thing that could happen is if we're looking for the second, there's a set one-hander tailored for Whirlwind. I don't remember the name of it, but I would get excited if I saw obviously a green one-hander drop. Not the mighty weapon, whatever the other one is. Oh my gosh. I love when the screen is just so full of shit, you can't even see where you are. Like, I just have to remember that, I'm the center of the action. And we're just crushing through these Paragon levels. I swear, it seems like I'm getting, obviously it's going to slow down, but it seems like I'm getting a Paragon level like every 30 minutes. Which is nice. I like that they did that. Because obviously, this is free stats, man. I'm anxious about this, the changes they're making. That's true. As I get more Paragon, I'll be able to do harder difficulties, so I'll probably enjoy like this clip for a decent amount of time. But as I was saying, I'm getting kind of anxious about like the changes that they're making to crafting and stuff. They're like getting rid of, I think the need to salvage so many legendaries or something like that, and I think they're going to be relying more on some of these ROS common mats. So I'm like actually trying to make sure I pick up like all these blues and yellows, because I don't know what their availability is going to be like after the patch. If that makes any sense. Like, I imagine that if they're making, these mats more important, then, and you're not going to have the like fiery soul or whatever the hell that thing is, burning ember thing, then they're gonna make, you know, acquiring them, you know, at least somewhat more challenging. So I go into like a hoarder mode for everything prior to a change in the game, and that's just how I play like pretty much any game. You know, it's like change is coming. Soak up everything that you can now under the current rule set. Come on, guys! I don't need to be licked while I'm killing this guy. It's just unnecessary. I don't know what's more effective, if the world, like, when you're just fighting this one boss, I don't know if the whirlwind makes more sense, or if I should be doing my chop chop for the attack speed bonus. At least try to keep the attack speed on, like that 5 stacks of frenzy I think plays well with the whirlwind. So it's like whirlwind for a few seconds and then chop chop to keep the stacks up. Blood shards, yellows, nothing exciting. I might have blown my wad earlier. That's true. Well, that's the thing. So I guess I'm not playing a seasoned character, so I have to start thinking like a seasoned player.
To town.
Does your blacksmith like reset to level 1 when you're in a season, or do you at least, and like your gem lady, or does that stay with you between seasons? No. It's a very interesting proposition, this fresh start. So this is a good one. It's strength, critical hit damage, critical hit chance instead of life regen. So this is what I was talking about earlier, where, you know, I may come across an opportunity to give up a little bit of life gen, like regen. I'm sitting on top of a lot of regen, which is probably unnecessary, whereas if I could do another 5% damage or more, depending on what I can re-roll on this ring. I'm going to try to re-roll the reduces cooldown into something better. I wonder what our options are. I would like either damage or regen or a socket. Oh yeah, vitality's on there. I didn't even see that. So maybe vitality. So we'll see what we can get instead of this cooldown reduction. So here we go. So now we've got 10.8% toughness, 5% damage increase in exchange for 15% of our recovery. But again, like, it just feels like the recovery is just like so over the top right now. I'll keep this ring. We'll keep that ring just in case it starts to get scary. But we're still sitting on a lot of recovery. The biggest change is probably the life per second. So like when I get frozen and stuff, it could get a little scarier. And then everything else is just salvage. Repair. And deposit. Oh, we're gonna need to pull those back out. I do that every time. Alright. And then of course I forgot to close the rift, so we get to run around awkwardly in a circle while we wait for this 20 seconds to count down. I'd love to craft these Reaper wraps, but I need to salvage. If I salvage one more thing, I could take a shot at the Reaper wraps. I'm gonna do that actually. I didn't realize how close I was to it. If I salvage this belt, that's a wipe pants. We'll keep those down there. I don't know why my organization structure is the way that it is, but yeah, so I'm gonna salvage this belt and see if we can't make some sweet Reaper wraps. I just think that the oh, those pants would be good too, but who knows what that could be anything, right? The health globe resource regen would really help me not run out of my furies, and then maybe we'll get something with like fire damage. Yeah, we're gonna pull the trigger on this and see what we get. Physical skills, which would be, if we could replace one, it would be that. And you know, maybe we would get either vitality or fire damage, because fire damage would play really nicely with the whole cinder coat thing I got going on. The attack speed is not really important to me. And let's see where we're at. I just like to have a good mental note of where I'm at with regen. So hitting things is now our primary source of fury. And what we can do actually is we can salvage these for a shot at enchanting, getting rid of the physical damage bonus on the bracers and getting something better. So we could get fire damage would be nice, vitality, or critical hit chance. Critical hit chance would probably be the best, honestly. So many things proc are not, like, once I get those emeralds in there, like, that would be a huge boost. But anyway, we'll see what we get. Alright, Lamb Chop. We got two options, crit chance or vitality. Lots of vitality. I've got a lot of health already. I think the damage is where we, you know, is where I'm leaning, but I want to get your feedback. Oh, well, I already replaced them. I think these are going to be an upgrade. I just need to know whether or not No, it's cool. I mean, you know, phone call is more important than... I think I'm going to go with crit as well. That's what I was leaning at. So the only thing we really gave up... well, shit, now I don't remember. But what we gained is 28% primary resource regen, which is going to let me whirlwind a heck of a lot more. I was just talking earlier on the stream about how, you know, switching my whirlwind to the fire damage. Yeah, we gave up attack speed and vitality. But I was talking earlier on the stream about how switching over to the fire rune was proving to be difficult. Because I wasn't getting the resource regeneration that I was accustomed to. So here we're, you know, like I'm just inundated with health globes. So now I can, you know, let her rip. And I think there's a passive actually that I could get that would make things drop more health globes. So then, you know, I'm like really not having a problem with Fury. And there's always room on my amulet, right? Like my amulet is still like woefully insufficient. So I could pick up crit damage, crit chance, and attack speed on my amulet and be all right. You know, whereas where I gave him up on the bracers. You know, if we're going for this whole fire damage thing, I'd love to get some more of that, because I think that that's actually like a multiplier effect. I got it. Multiplicative. Missed. I normally try not to be streaming when I'm doing this, but now I'm in a panic because we got disconnected from BattleNet briefly. But for those of you who are gonna potentially try to use my I definitely have the authenticator in place, so what the hell's going on? Oh, you know what it is? I've got this authenticator, and but I got a new phone, so the authenticator isn't attached. Alright. Well, just give me a moment. We're gonna see if my character died. Due to that network disconnect. Sorry about the lull here. We got to get this sorted out before I can log back in. This is a hell of a process. None of this is working right. Well, for now, I just want to find out if I'm dead. Somehow I lived through that. That's a scary thing. And then I gotta sort out how to add my authenticator back so that you guys watching this video don't... Three. I didn't die, which is fun. But I am having account issues now. So here we go. We're gonna continue. I just keep getting disconnected. This may not be a... Alright, here we go. I think it's because I added this authenticator. So now... Alright, so now we're authenticator connected. Those of you watching the stream, just know that you've got to also have my phone to do anything, and my email account to do anything with this, whatever you see on the video. Small potatoes. Although I lost my rift progress, it's kind of a bummer. I guess we'll just have to do another one. So here we go. We're just going to pick back up like nothing happened. If we have any more network problems, we might call it for the night. Those are definitely not ideal when you're playing a hardcore character. I have this feeling like my sound may have... Nope, it's still the same. So here we go. I think I was talking about the Reaper wraps. I feel like having that extra fury is really going to be more beneficial than the attack speed. Like the net increase to my damage is going to be higher. You know, and I could probably like explore some of... I think there's at least one passive that will, you know, make more of these health globes drop to help me keep my fury up. Oh, suck it, suck it. I love that this conduit pylon is basically electrocuting people for like 15 million damage. Or it's more than that, it's like 124 million. I missed a couple of decimal places. Oh, and we got a set plan, Sage's Journey. We'll take a look at that. See if we can... Nope, we're gonna run out of the... Sage's Journey. We'll have to learn that and see what that, if that set's worth pursuing. My guess is that if I complete this whirlwind set, since it's 2 weapons, I'll probably have room to like 3 or 4 piece another set. What does it say about conduit in the new patch? I didn't catch that. It felt pretty beast mode in this on this level difficulty. I think it was doing like 130 million. $130 million damage or something like that.
More fury.
I did see something where they're actually introducing like new levels of torment, which is blowing my mind because even when I was playing, I couldn't get past Torment 4 for survivability reasons. Like the amount, like, on Torment 4, I could survive, but I just like everything was so slow. And then at Torment 5, I just would melt. And that was on like a Templar with a shield and everything. So yeah, I find that obscene, the fact that there's a Torment 7 to 10. I'm assuming they're just more difficult, like they're not retweaking the whole scale of Torment.
Not ready yet. More fury. Gain new power. Not ready yet.
Yeah, but what I'm asking is, like, is Torment 6 getting any easier now that there's a Torment 10? Right? Like, they have this, you know, they have this notion where, like, you know, the scale should be like a gradual scale. Oh, damn it. Come on. I don't want to fight right on this door if I can avoid it. Right. No, I understand that people had gear that was obscene. I just didn't know if they were like retweaking the whole scale of like how difficult things, how quickly things got more difficult. Holy shit. That's crazy. I wonder if they're adding like more powerful items to compensate, or if it's just assumed that with the best gear you can get already that you should be able to handle Torment 10 at some point. Because my guess is we have to be due for another expansion at some point here soon, so when that happens, obviously like a level 71 item is gonna like just blow the level 70 items we have out of the water. Didn't realize how close we were to the Rift Guardian. At least we weren't having to fight a Rift Guardian and those elites all in this same tiny ass space. Number 4, this guy. Chop chop a little bit. Yeah, I've just never been. I see you typing in the Joicaster network name, Ace. I just have never done. I've never been able to do Torment 6. So, I mean, especially not on hardcore, right? On normal, I had a guy. I think it was on like Torment 4. Something. I tried Torment 5, but I would definitely eat shit and die in Torment 5. I don't know, about 2 weeks. I guess it would depend on how much I played. Alright, man. We were just talking about earlier how I needed a new amulet. And now I've got a legendary amulet drop. So let's take a look and see what we picked up here. Critical hit damage. This is pretty baller. 97% crit damage. If we re-roll the area damage, that might be a winner. Hey guys, I see I got a bunch of you now. Sorry I wasn't paying too much attention to the chat there for a moment, but those sewers are so tight. Yeah, I'm gonna probably do that. It was nice. It gave me this Forgotten Soul as well, so I should be able to at least take one stab at this. So we would take ideally crit, but pretty much anything would be better than this area damage. So, oh, I need to make an Imperial Emerald. Of course. We can do that real quick. Let's see, Imperial Emerald. And then we just jaunt back over here and see if we can get area damage. So they give me another area damage. At minimum, I'll take this for now. But we're going to have to play with that a bit. Because we can do better. But that's a huge damage increase. We're at 470,000. And, you know, I was talking about wanting to be at, we lost about 500,000 toughness. We'll have to see how that plays out. But I was talking about wanting to be at 500,000 before we go up a level. So we're definitely making progress. I'm going to start resetting this. I probably have time for one more rift. So I'm going to get the reset going on that while we evaluate what we have here, which really is nothing of any substance, but I'm still at a point, you know, I got to take a look at it. It's not you know, it's not guaranteed that none of this stuff couldn't be helpful. Definitely don't need that anymore. Oh, and I forgot, we got this legendary set. So now, Sage's set. So that's nice. I mean, it's not life-changing, but it's nice.
Laura, I haven't heard from the Herondra we sent to the Scovos Isles.
Scovos is a dangerous land.
I hate to think that any more of our order could come to harm.
Alright, so we're gonna do one more rift and see how we can do.
Prove yourself worthy of your birth.
470,000 damage we're rocking. I have a feeling this is going to start making this difficulty feel pretty trivial. But that's a good thing. That's like a nice problem to have. Well, I guess they're going to have to come down here and fight. Or put walls up everywhere. This is broken. Out of that clusterfuck, Jesus. We got this fleeting shrine, so we're really just stomping through shit. Screw that, man. These things will try to whirlwind me, I whirlwind you. What is the trick here? What's up, new viewers? Just, what is this guy doing? Insufferable miscreant.
Or fury. You cannot stand before me.
We're just running rifts. I turned level 70 about a week ago. So just trying to gear up, see if we can't get out of expert mode. I was saying I wanted to be around 500,000 damage, which this amulet dropped last run, which has just about put me there. I think that if we could have gotten crit damage rolled on it instead of this plus 74 to 147 damage, we would have been there. Now, and then try master difficulty. Taking it a little bit easier because, you know, if you didn't read the stream title, this is hardcore after all, so it's like, you know, you only get one chance not to die, right? Ooh, legendary shield. Tantalizing. Not really conducive to the build that we're working on right now, which I think is like some kind of fire damage whirlwind build. So I've got my Reaper Wraps to give me, you know, the fury I need to help sustain the whirlwind. And then I've got my Cinder Coat, which makes my whirlwind a little bit cheaper, I believe, because it's fire, as well as increases the damage 17%. And then we're running the volcano magma rune and the whirlwind, you know, to parlay like kind of off of those two. So that's a pretty nice shield. I'm not quite sure how useful it is at the moment. Again, it doesn't really play well with the build I'm working on right now. However, I do have some pretty good one-handers. Like if I could re-roll the armor into crit chance and, you know, have like a big ass emerald and a one-hander, we might be able to get it to be somewhat comparable. I don't have a hardcore Templar. I'd have to like create a Templar. I don't think my hardcore items are transferable to the softcore character.
wish I could do that.
I would like to jump. Thank you. Oh, I don't really play with a follower. I didn't even think of that. Is that worth doing? Yeah, that's what I was talking about, the Crusader. Is it like, should I be playing with the I assumed that they would like slow me down. Alright, well let's see if we can't get... I'll equip him real quick and see if he can help me with... we're about to spawn the Rift Guardian, so... I'll grab the Templar and see... I have some pretty good weapons, actually. Could hold this axe. His damage still isn't very impressive. It's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. And then we'll see, I have some rings and stuff I could slap on him. So like this ring. And we'll do strength and vitality ring. And I already trashed that amulet, unfortunately. Otherwise, that probably would have been a good amulet for him. We can put these two rings on him. And I haven't been keeping any relics or anything like that, so we're gonna pay. That's what I was talking about earlier, like when I... Oh, I have a Templar relic, so he can hold on to this, even though it's level 51. I don't know which one's better. Probably the resisting critical hit damage. So now, I mean, I guess now he's not completely impotent. And he can come down and help me kill, Oh, I didn't get him. I gotta actually tell him to follow me, huh?
I need to go back.
Sorry, guys. I know this is like kind of a shitty thing to watch someone do. But here we go. I'll just hire you. Come on down. I think we like could sneeze, and it's gonna summon the Rift Guardian.
The Rift guardian has arrived.
So I'd really like to not... There we go. So we got rid of the elites. We are tearing up the Rift Guardian. Or at least one of his holograms. And we got another Forgotten Soul out of it, so that's good. So I can take another stab at improving this amulet.
I need to go back.
So let's see what we can do with it. We want to replace this plus damage. Oh, I need another Imperial Emerald.
Today, please
So we want to see if we can roll like 6% crit or whatever the highest crit is. 7 or no. What is crit? Oh, we want 10% crit. We're not going to get it, but I feel this is moving in the right direction anyway. But we're still going to have to play with that for some time. And then let's see what we can do elsewhere. Strength, vitality. I don't know if there's a gem in a helmet. I'm gonna hang on to that. That's kind of a toss-up. The per hit life is probably a winner on the other helmet, but we could potentially roll that. Chance to block. No. So the question is, would re-rolling the armor into life to hit justify a socket in the helmet? I need to see what the options are. Like bonus experience, cooldown, magic find, or gold find. Probably not. I'm not going to screw with it. So we're going to salvage this helmet, and then we're going to gamble from Kadala. So let's take a look and see. We're done with you. We'll take the experience. And then we need to find Kadala.
Such a brave soul.
We could basically use... Well, the rings are expensive to gamble. I don't know.
Don't be shy.
We could stand to have what? A better pants. We could still have better pants. It's probably the most immediate item. Alright, so let's take a look at pants. We should have enough for 7 rolls, I think. So here we go.
Don't forget, luck always changes.
Nope. Nope.
See you soon.
Nope. I'm starting to sense a pattern here.
See you soon.
Justice damage. Nope. Blue.
That is too expensive.
Oh, that's the most disappointing. We really need to up our game. We got to get more blood shards per run. Our recovery is through the roof. We'll probably continue playing next time on Master. I'm gonna tentatively say that Master, that we're ready for it. And we're still trying to complete our build, the Bull-Kathos item set. So maybe we'll have some luck with that. We'll repair real quick. We're repaired, and then I think that's it. So I'm gonna take off, probably done for the night with the stream, but I appreciate you guys watching, participating. Lamb Chops, you're freaking baller with your help. I'll be on again Tuesday is the next scheduled stream. So if you're interested in playing along, tune in then. Otherwise, thanks a lot, and I'll catch you guys later. You too, Chops. Take it easy.